is the integrated value chain approach, which is released by the Pahle India Foundation, a good idea? And what do you think it will have an impact on the tourism sector?
So, frankly speaking, the report is by itself a very comprehensive report and has been very well collated by going into detail and reaching every segment of tourism, every level in each segment, collating data, collating information, and then collating it into a comprehensive report. And when these reports are read and understood by the state governments, it will certainly help them make right policies which will be balanced towards earning revenues for the running of the states, as well as towards upbringing and pushing up the tourism sector.
The law format will help the situation in the tourism sector. So,
was going to revive the tourism industry for sure. Acts like the Excise Act, which is Punjab Excise Act 1914. So the acts have been modified at times, but Punjab Excise Act 1914 by itself speaks about it. And that's one of it. There are several such processes and procedures that need modification into the current scenario, keeping in mind the challenges that the industry is facing and the initiative by Pahla towards this, highlighting all the industry challenges for the state governments to think over it and plan and execute is a fantastic and wonderful idea, and I'm sure this is definitely going to benefit our industry.
What I had mentioned in my presentation that there is a very strong connection between alcohol and tourism sector, but I had mainly looked at it from a prohibition point of view for the lack of time. But could you tell us how important, what is the connection, what is happening, and what is the role that the hospitality sector per se plays in tourism, and therefore from a PBCL point of view or even from hotels point of view, what are the kind of interlinkages that you see with the alcohol beverages sector?
So basically when we talk of hotels or restaurants, we immediately think of socializing, marriages, functions, get-togethers, and numerous other things, including the foreign travelers or domestic travelers traveling across, or even conferences or seminars, or it's endless. So each of these occasions requires, we cannot do it without alcohol, because that's a part and parcel of socializing in a big way, strengthens and brings togetherness. So, when you talk of the limitations or challenges, what happens is, when in a state, a particular state, licenses are issued to vendors. Now, at times it has been seen that only one vendor is getting a monopoly in a state. It has happened in several states now that a monopoly is even given. Now, in that monopoly situation, not only does the liquor manufacturer face a challenge, but even the user faces a challenge.
Municipal, center to municipal center, and how many hyper-local authorities you sometimes need to deal with, and the kind of delays which results in huge operational costs and written off for yourself. So if you could look at the regulatory structure that you have to work under currently, I think that would help.
Sure. So currently in hotel and restaurant industry in India, we have to take around 35 to 45 licenses, and they have to be renewed year on year. It becomes nearly impossible for us, to procure these licenses in time, pay the license fees, which are increased abruptly, maybe doubled in a year's time. Maybe we are growing at 5% or 10% or 15% per annum from business perspective, but the license fees are straight away doubled by at times 30% increase, at times 60%, at times 100% increase. How do we manage to sustain these steep expenses and procure 35 to 45 licenses? You talk to any person who's opening a restaurant or hotel, the first thing in his mind is, how will I do the licenses? How do I go ahead with it? So, this is a demotivating factor for, so many of them currently I would like to add some more points here. With other than the this part, the other thing is that